Alright, here I am with part two of my look at Watercress Studios Nano Reno entry, Vignette. Last part, Rory had brought his girlfriend Audrey into Desi and Rory's secret base, and we'll say there was some static between the two of them. We'll see where it goes. Desi has just said, hey, you guys want to play some board games? So, we actually can't stay. We just wanted to stop by on our way downtown.
We have a protest to be at in half an hour.
Protest?
So you just came here to show off your new girlfriends then, huh?
I mean, I was going to invite you to join us.
Yeah, you're welcome to tag along if you want.
That's alright. I need to get started on my math homework anyway. You guys have fun though. Take care.
Thanks, Daz.
Okay, what is with the clicking? See you at home. Winter ambience, wind and snow. Bending. Metal bending by chance? Snow bending? Lava bending? The cold, bitter air sends shivers running through me. Howling wind rages just outside the window.
Rory, you need to chill out, okay?
Arr? I know. I'm just...
Listen to me. I don't care what the teachers say. I don't care what my dad says. I can't deal with all this shit going on. I know you care, and I know school's important. If I can't handle everything, then maybe I need to focus on my health.
Audrey, I...
Look, I just need some time where I don't need to worry about school. It won't do any harm. And if it does, I'm not cut out for this anyway.
Audrey, please, just let me help. Audrey lets out a troubled sigh.
You really don't get it, do you?
Then help me understand. Oh, not a good response, Rory.
Damn it, Rory! Did you hear one word of what I just said? How much clearer do I have to be? I understand you care, and you know I love you to hell and back. Are you even aware of all the shit I have to go through?
Yes, Audrey, I am.
Are you? Really?
Mmm,
Every day it's more bullshit from my dad about how much better I'd do if I just fucking learned to apply myself. And every night, I'm up till midnight, taking care of my kid brother. All while my grandma screams her head off over every little thing. And then come morning, I've got my mom and teachers going on about piles and piles of homework. Again and again, no matter how much I try, I'm still not good enough. And I can deal with that. I've been doing it for years. But you don't understand how it feels. Hearing that from you, too? Do you get how much it hurts
mm,
when you're the one telling me all the ways I'm falling short? It's just shit.
yeah. As Audrey's rant comes to a close, dead air dominates the space between us. Finally, Audrey speaks up again.
I'm sorry, Rory. I didn't mean to explode on you like that.
It's okay, Audrey. I just... I'm not very good at things like this.
That makes two of us.
I slouch into my chair and curl into my knees. As the dead air returns, Audrey awkwardly changes the subject.
Hey, we should do something for the holidays, right? We can go somewhere with Des. Maybe I could bring my brother along too. I think there's an arcade somewhere in town. And maybe we could do something on Christmas Eve too. Just the two of us. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah, sounds good.
Sorry for making you put up with my shit, by the way. I hate being like this.
It's okay. See you tomorrow. Love you.
Love you too. See ya.
Desi comes walking up the stairs, opening the door as she quietly peers inside.
Are you alright, Rory?
Not great. I shrink further into my chair.
Any way I can help?
She comes inside and sits down in one of the chairs. You know Audrey and I broke up last night, right?
Yeah, been a long time coming, hasn't it?
No need to remind me. I should have been better than this. On the surface, Audrey always seemed like she had everything under control. She's smart and confident. It felt like no matter what happened, she could make it all just work out somehow. I admired her for that. I still do.
She's just that kind of person, huh?
You could say that. Every day, I felt like I saw more and more pain on her face. I hated that. I would have given anything just to make her happy again. I was worried for her. What if she just doesn't graduate? Things could get worse and worse from there, you know? I couldn't sit there and do nothing. I didn't just want to help. I felt like I had to. She needed me to. But she didn't. And I ended up making things worse. I couldn't stop myself, regardless of whether or not it was the right thing to do. Yet, all I did was make her life more of a mess. I never wanted that. Talking to Desi made me realize that if I had done things differently, Audrey and I could have worked things out. At first I thought it was because Audrey was just being stubborn, but it wasn't. Audrey is strong. I was being insensitive.
Well, you're still friends, aren't you?
I think it's going to take a while to patch up the mess I made, but we should eventually be okay.
Yeah, things didn't work out, but she'd still rather have you in her life than not. Sometimes things happen that are out of your control, Rory. Just the wrong place at the wrong time, and Audrey is stubborn. Both of you are. Like Mother always says, right? You can't save everyone.
Desi springs out of her chair, coming over to place a hand on my shoulder.
And that's okay, even if it's scary sometimes. That doesn't mean you failed her. It's okay to be sad. Just don't beat yourself up over it. Alright, Rory?
You care if I just sit here all day, or... Desi reaches down and pinches my cheek. Hey, what are you doing?
Bumping around isn't gonna make you any less depressed about it.
I get it. I get it.
Now come on, we're going to the park before it gets dark.
Nighttime rain ambience. Summer. Deviation. You know, this kind of reminds me of the first time we were here together.
Yeah, except the roles are reversed. How does it feel to get led up some rickety old stairs while completely blind?
Even with my eyes closed, I can still clearly imagine her annoying smirk. Yeah, it does kind of come through in the audio, so props to the voice actor for that one. The rickety old stairs spite me with a timely groan.
That's a nice expression you have. Yeah, not fun, is it?
Yeah. You realize you don't have to do this, though, right? It's not like you're going to ruin the surprise. Oh, that's discomforting.
Oh, I know.
We reach the top of the stairs, and I hear the door creak open. Desi guides me in, bringing us to a stop in the center of the room.
Alright, go ahead, open them.
I see you've done some decorating. Did you do this for me?
Yep. Well, most of it anyway.
Our parents had unavoidable business today. They'll be celebrating my birthday with me as soon as they can, of course. In fact, they seem more upset about the situation than I was, but Desi still wanted to do something for me in the meantime. Oh, this looks amazing. So, what's that? Desi follows my pointed hand toward the new additions in the corner of the room. What, the Coke cans?
Oh!
Desi runs over to the object in question, kneeling down and giving me a beaming smile as she pats the device.
This little baby is our new heater. It's a present for both of us. Cause, well, you know how frickin' cold it can get in here.
Like a used car salesman, she proudly shows off the rest of her fire hazard. A car battery hooked up to the device.
It can't really
Oh!
run that long on this setup, but it should be enough to warm this place up.
Oh, it's the thing on the left. Okay. Where did that thing come from, anyway?
Kyle's family was getting rid of it, so I asked if I could take it.
Ah, cool. Desi gets up from her prized creation and strolls over to the wardrobe that has become our de facto storage cabinet. I still can't believe you ended up being such good friends with the guy, considering how you guys met and all.
Yeah, well, Kyle can be an idiot at times, but he's smarter than he looks. Not to mention, he could be kinda sweet. Sometimes.
First crush. As Desi reaches the wardrobe, she spins on her heel, revealing a cheeky smirk.
Me of a certain someone.
Hey. Desi sticks her tongue out, then whirls around and begins rummaging through the wardrobe. I come up behind her, just as she finds what she's looking for. Desi turns around to me with outstretched arms. Oh, that's...
Birthday, Rory!
In her hands, there is a stack of various signs and posters from protests that I've attended. I have a lot of these hung up at home, but none here yet.
I know it isn't much, but you told me how much you wanted to hang some of this stuff up here. So I decided to save you the trouble of lugging it upstairs.
There really are quite a few, although most are still in the wardrobe. Desi must have spent quite a bit of time and energy getting it all up here. After she sets my posters down on the table, I squeeze her in the best hug I can muster. Thanks, Desi. You're the best sister ever.
I know. Now please stop crushing my bones.
After I finish placing my new decorations, I go ahead and swipe another soda from the table. Sitting back, I admire my handiwork while enjoying its refreshing taste. Not too shabby if I say so myself.
You done, Rory?
Yep. Excuse me. Yep, what do you think? Desi looks over my stuff, her expression unmoving as she gives her brief inspection.
I mean, it's cool, I guess. I just wonder how you got so much of this stuff in the first place. Like, I've long lost count of how many protests you've been to at this point.
That's a good question, actually. Just how many have I been to? Yeah, well, it's not like I was counting them in the first place. Desi furrows her brow, staring at me intently. She opens and closes her mouth a few times before pursing her lips. She can be so awkward at the strangest times. Desi, you know you can ask me anything, right?
Yeah, I know. It's just that.
Desi drops her head, heaving a sigh before pulling herself up and returning her gaze to me.
Why are you so into this stuff, Rory? I mean, I kinda get it, but it feels like you've been going to every single protest no matter what it is.
Desi goes over to the window and leans on the window frame, looking out over the dreary landscape beyond.
Maybe I don't even care why. I just hate not understanding you.
Desi,
I'm your sister, Rory. I hate feeling like I don't understand the person I'm closest to.
looking back, I should have realized something was off. Whenever I spoke about anything relating to my activism, Desi did seem more detached than usual. God, I'm such an idiot. I'm sorry, Desi. I should have realized sooner. Desi shakes her head.
No, don't be be sorry. Your tunnel vision can be annoying, but it's one of your best qualities. No, don't be sorry. Your tunnel vision can be annoying, but it's one of your best qualities.
Okay. The voiceover not matching up with the text is kind of disjarring if I'm actually reading and listening at the same time. So I don't know if that's a change in the script or what, but heads up.
That's also what makes me so anxious. I still don't exactly understand you, but after watching you all this time, you really do care so much about everything. Watching you care so much, even when it isn't your problem, I can't help but feel like I'm not good enough somehow. I mean, I don't have much going for me, you know? Compared to you, I'm just a kid playing around.
Silence takes hold over the room. Desi's eyes widen as she covers her mouth with her hand.
Rory, I'm sorry. It's your birthday, and I didn't mean to.
No, it's okay. I step up to Desi and wrap her in a bear hug. Thank you for telling me, Desi. Though, you really should tell me about this kind of stuff sooner. Wait. As I'm hugging Desi, something catches my eye. Her basketball. Don't tell me. Hey, Desi?
Hmm?
I break off the hug. Does this have anything to do with you starting to play basketball? Her eyes once again become like saucers before shifting off to the side. I knew it. When she made the switch to focus on basketball, I thought it was strange. Has always been a huge soccer fan. She likes most sports, but soccer's always been her favorite. So when she said she just felt like playing basketball more, I knew something was off.
I guess I can't hide anything from you, huh?
Desi picks up her ball and begins to do tricks, spinning the ball with great dexterity around her hand.
I do love soccer, you know? But seeing the effort you always put in makes me feel a little left behind.
Desi dribbles the ball with frightening ease around her body in ways that I can hardly follow.
So I thought, what could a kid like me do? Maybe I won't ever do something big like you will, but I think I can do something for my own family. But you know me, school isn't my thing. I just can't get into it, you know?
Desi pops up and feigns a shot.
So I thought, what if I just focus on my strengths? That would certainly help. I'm much better at sports after all. It's just that there's no real opportunity for soccer in the States, you know? I mean, our women's national team is good, but that opportunity is only for the best of the best.
But basketball is another story.
So,
You know, Desi, you don't
I
have
want
to.
to, Rory. Watching you made me think about what I want to do, and I've already decided that. Someone as smart as you really deserves to go to college. I feel like you can actually make a difference in the world, unlike me. I would give anything to make that happen.
Another difference in the audio and the text.
Besides, I want to help support our parents. They gave up so much to raise us. I may not be able to do it with smarts or wit, but with my skills,
Desi feigns another shot, seeming to float in the air for an impossible amount of time. She comes back down, smiling as she lands.
I'll fight for a future we can be proud of.
Autumn ambience. Fall. So this is what, 2 years since the start? Year and a half, 2 years? Careful, Aubrey. Be careful, for Christ's sake.
I am being fucking careful, Rory.
Shit.
Ow! Hey! Watch your steps! Watch your steps! God, that really hurts.
Here, Seth. We have to keep you off that knee.
I'm gonna be on the bench for months now, aren't I?
Maybe. That haunting pop still rings out in my ear. A potentially career-ending sentence to many athletes. She tore something important in her knee, and I fear for the worst. Desi was supposed to rest and recover from her last injury, lest it become chronic. Well, we all knew. I knew. She shrugged it off, sneaking out and practicing through the pain late at night when our parents weren't home. It was just the price of following her dream, and I wouldn't dare stop her. Sometimes I'd join her. We all make sacrifices to do what we love, right? I don't blame her. Sitting at home, knowing you can't do what you love, I wouldn't be able to do that either. I let out a long sigh, struggling to accept the situation. How did it go so badly, so quickly? Desi looks at me with concern in her eyes.
You guys can go out and continue the protest. I'll be alright, okay?
I shake my head, knowing full well that she won't be. No, Desi, I need to stay with you. I can't go back outside with you hurt like this. I can't abandon her. I'm the one who convinced Desi to join the protest, that we could stop the city from destroying our hideout. When we saw the signs posted all over our hideout declaring the building a demolition zone, I knew we had to fight back. This was the home that we made. I'd been in countless protests before. It was time for me to organize my own. Time for me to grow up, to take action. Seeing Desi put in so much effort into her dream, I had to put even more into mine.
Rory, I'll be fine, I promise. We need to save our hideout, don't we? If I rest inside for a bit, I'll feel better.
Her pained expression betrays her. She knows just as well as I do what the injury means to her, to her career, her dreams. I knew she had to stay off her knee for a while, and yet I wanted her to join us in this protest. Just a light protest couldn't possibly hurt Desi, I told myself. It's low impact, I said. Low impact, she agreed. Our parents would never allow it, so we didn't tell them a thing. I alone put her in harm's way. Desi starts to comfort me again, but stops with a wince. She's in a lot of pain, her knee already beginning to swell. Ah, that's not a good sign, guys. That's hospital. Take her, now. She's acting tough for me. She shouldn't have to. So, I'm going to go ahead and call it here for part 2. I don't have a lot to say beyond what I said in part 1. A couple points. The text on screen was different from the voiceover. So I don't know if that was a change that just didn't get reflected in, a change that didn't get reflected in the game itself or something else. But I found the disconnect somewhat jarring and a little bit amateurish. So heads up on that. Be sure to join me for part 3.